Hi everybody, it's me, Scott, and we're at the iconic Pike Place Market in downtown Seattle, Washington. Come on. Now, there are about 1 million videos of this place. It's been here for over a century, doing exactly what it's doing today, vending the best, finest, most local, freshest produce and goods and services anywhere. But there's a lot more going on than most of the influencers will tell you. So many visitors and visitors with content on their mind come here without too much research. They tend to copy what they've seen on YouTube, which leaves you, the viewer, with an impression of the market that features mac and cheese, clam chowder, throwing fish, and too many crowds. Pike Market is all of those things, but it's much, much more. So today, I'm going to do a little wayfinding video. I'm not going to review any specific restaurants or places, just an overarching view of how you could plan a visit to the market. We're going to start right here. This place is more like a maze than a labyrinth. Where a labyrinth has only one way in and one way out, a maze has all kinds of loops, and it can send you into circles, or it can send you to a dead end. The market is a maze. For example, behind me are 3 paths, each with wonders of its own, but they all converge just beyond our view. Here's the path that leads directly to the throwers of fish. And it just turns out to be the first thing that visitors to the market see. This path leads down to Ghost Alley, one of the most haunted places in all of Seattle, and actually an extension of Post Alley just up the block. Ghost Alley is where you'll find the Seattle Gum Wall. It's not a place I frequent, but it is a destination for many visitors. BYOG, y'all. And this walkway leads to the original arcade, where you'll find one of the bougiest bodegas in the world, De Laurentiis. Also, snacks and nuts and art, all right down this walkway. And they all culminate here. Gum wall, arcade, and fish throwers. And as you can see, everything else, nuts and meat and honey. Oh my. And here we can demonstrate more of that distraction maze situation. Just ahead is the main arcade. It was built back around 1907 and was one of the original market structures. If you brave this section, you will find restaurants, fishmongers, caramels, art, fresh-made pasta, and artisan vinegars and oils, as well as flowers. So many flowers. This path leads to seating and another restaurant, and eventually leads you out onto the second floor. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back upstairs real quick. So let's start right here, Pike Place. Up around the corner, it's called Pike Street, but the market was named after this portion, Pike Place. It stretches over 3 blocks long and is the only access by foot or carriage to the businesses that occupy it. And listen up, it's Pike Place. There's no S. Think of it as the market on Pike Place, okay? And here's a hint to you YouTubers out there. If you call it Pike's Place, we know right away 2 things. You're not from here. You probably use an umbrella. Knock it off. This main level is where you'll find most of the food. Yes, the chowder, the mac and cheese. But also, how about Ethiopian piri-piri chicken bread and a New York style deli with 40 varieties of monster sandwich? Or how about a bao bun as big as your head? There is world-class pizza and croissants shaped like tamales, and coffee and oysters and salmon candy. Yeah, candy made of salmon. Maple salmon candy.
I have a new one if you want to try. It's from the fridge.
Yeah. A new one from the fridge, you guys. Sockeye salmon.
Yes.
With what else?
It's got a little sweetened brown sugar glaze on here.
Brown sugar glaze.
Double smoked, so it's extra smoky.
And smoked. There are also quiet spots. This is Storyville, And they lean hard into the vibes up in here. Next door is Matt's on the Market. Great seafood, fresh out of Puget Sound, and an easygoing but gently exclusive vibe. Matt's is only one of several sit-down experience restaurants. There's Lowell's, which started here all the way back in 1908, and they actually predate Starbucks as the first coffee roasters here in the Market. Next door is the Athenian, where Sleepless in Seattle filmed a scene with Rob Reiner and Tom Hanks. There's a Chinese restaurant, The Lonely Siren, the Dockside Diner, Place Pigalle, Kel's Irish Pub, and the Pink Door, one of the toughest rezzos in town. Just to name a few. Come on. And that's all before shopping. Shopping here comes in two styles. Here on Pike Place, you have the permanent market and the day market. The permanent market has special features like windows and doors, locks, and there's great shops. The Purple Store, Made in Washington, or Seattle Cutlery. And then there's the artists or day market. There are over 150 artisans and food suppliers that frequent the market on a daily basis. Depending on who shows up and who has the most seniority dictates which vendors get which spots and how big those spots can be. A day vendor sets up by 9 a.m. and is clear by 6. They bring all of their own staging and lighting, everything. That means if you see it, grab it. While you might make it back down here during your vacay, are you willing to risk finding that perfect charm bracelet 3 days later? Are you? I know there's a whole lot more involved to it than that. We'll talk about it later on another video. This is not the time. Don't come for me. Oh, and this is art by Mr. Dan. You can find him and his original characters on Instagram. Instagram, Mr. Dan, 1976. Fun stuff. Sasquatch much? Now comes the big reveal. Pike Market was built by Japanese Americans by hand. No shit. We're standing on the top of a hillside that Japanese engineers used to their advantage to build a 7-story marketplace. I can't really blame you for not knowing any of this. I had guests on my tour the other day that thought that this street, Pike Place, was the entirety of the market. But remember at the top of the show how I told you that I was getting ahead of myself? This is what I'm talking about. We're only one level down into the market, and there is already more than I can focus on. But before we go too much further, I really love these ramps. Clearly marked not safe for wheelchairs. Here's the thing, these were never meant for you and I. They were built so that the donkeys could haul the dirt of the hillside away. Trust me, if you send Grandma down this ramp in a wheelchair, she hits the bottom at speed, okay? Use the elevator. You're gonna find a little bit less food down here, but I did just pass a chocolate wine tasting bar, so there's that. This is where that feeling of the maze comes in. There used to be a saying that if it didn't exist at the market, then it didn't exist. And I think there might have been some truth to that back in the day. Anyway, take a look at this enticing B-roll. And that brings us to the bottom back side of the market. The businesses here on Western Avenue are all a part of Pike Market. There's the clock sign, and you can see that this proceeds uphill to connect with Virginia Ave and Pike Place at the end of the 9-acre footprint. So there it is, you guys, a quickie tour of Pike Place Market. The market turns 119 years old this year, and that is just a treasure trove of history and social activity that I just can't wait to share with you. So, thanks so much for watching till the end. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Okay? Bye.